A lot of real estate is conducted like it's still 1976. Since opening Right Choice, been trying to make it as electronic and paperless as possible. There's lots of benefits. And this brokerage does not accept money electronically. And it's my responsibility to pay this brokerage. Meanwhile, I'm also told by other authorities that I must protect the interests of everybody involved. So we're in a little bit of a spot where we have contradicting opinions.
Real estate is a cutthroat industry, but what's more important, money or health and the well-being of others?
We're here doing a showing with two of my good friends, and I can't wait to show them this house. For a house of this age, it really surprised me how large the rooms were. The house kind of felt that it kept on going and there was tons of room. They absolutely loved the house so much that they want to write an offer on it. We have a little bit of homework to do on the house, but at this point right now, I think we're going to be writing an offer. We just finished up at yet another showing with Emily and Colton. What did you think, guys?
I would rate it as a solid 8 out of 10.
I agree, 8 out of 10.
I really like the layout. We love the kitchen.
Hopefully not many people see this video, then they don't encroach on our territory.
Yeah, back away, people.
Back away,
This
it's
is
not for you.
There were tons of great features about this house that they loved, but there's a couple of things that I'm gonna have to do some homework and looking into for us to move forward. I have been in contact with the listing agent for this property that we want to write an offer on, and it's looking like the price may be the biggest hurdle for us to get over. Although they absolutely love this house and it ticks almost all the boxes for them, at the end of the day, we cannot go over their budget. So it's looking like I may have my work cut out for me when negotiating on price. After lots of going back and forth and negotiating this offer, unfortunately, we were not able to come to an agreement on price. Hey guys, I'm so sorry, I got some bad news. Unfortunately, we are not gonna be able to come together on price. They just don't wanna budge. We are just gonna keep on looking and we'll find you something else. Good attitude. We'll talk to you soon. Although we were not able to get this offer put together because price was the priority, there are more listings out there and we're gonna keep on searching.
On the way right now to go over a comparative market analysis with some sellers. I think that they're actually gonna love this price and be really excited about it. It is actually a little bit higher than what they thought this house was gonna come out to, which does not happen often. So I'm really excited to give them some good news, and we'll see how they handle their excitement.
Right now, these would be my recommendations. This one, if you've got competing ones, and you've got to be really aggressive with the price, I think it would be a wicked opportunity to get multiple offers and probably have it go way over.
Hey, I was close this time. You were.
They were excited to see where the comparables showed and what suggested list price we had. When they purchased this house, it was a huge investment that they made, and it has turned out amazing. This analysis, a rare one that actually came back higher than what they thought the property might be worth, which is always good news. But I think they've got a really good investment and opportunity to make some good money here.
All right, I'm back at Joe's again this week. I'm a little short on time, so what I'm hoping to do is get the last section of this long wall in with the door frame and everything in it. And then once we get this in, we're probably gonna have to see if we can get Greg back here, give me a little bit of guidance on how to do these bulkheads, and we'll keep moving with this project. Okay, so I got to get this up to the ceiling so I can nail it in. So I'm going to use these shims, and I'm just going to shim it up a little bit. There, now we're touching up there. I'll grab my trusty nail gun. So, quick job today. We got this last section of the long wall in here. All that we have left now is to do the 2 walls separating the rooms and figure out how we want to do this final wall around the furnace. Yeah, we're getting there, one step at a time.
How are ya? Joe Gonzalez. How goes the battle today? Well, hopefully we can come to a good understanding with this one we're working on here. Maybe you can teach me something as a brand new broker record here. I am not familiar with the rule that it has to be paid by check. Like myself, I've spent a lot of time working on this, dealing with Niagara Association of Realtors, how to be proactive and limit our exposure. One of the things that we can do is limit contact. I have to go to the bank to get the check.
It's not happening. It's a paperwork nightmare.
If there's a rule that says I have to pay you by check, I'm all about the rules. But if there isn't, I'm more so about safety. I'm completely prepared to pay it, right? It's not like I'm withholding the money. I know that there's policy that I have to act in the best interest of everybody here and involved in our industry. And it is my belief that it's the best interest of all these people to limit the amount of contact we all have. I will review that and hopefully we can get you paid up as soon as possible. A lot of real estate is conducted like it's still 1976 and writing checks, going to the bank, risking lives, sending faxes, these type of things are still implemented. I'm trying to be forward thinking and considerate of all parties involved. What this relates to is how we transfer funds around the real estate industry. Since opening Right Choice, been trying to make it as electronic and paperless as possible. There's lots of benefits. Right now we're in a spot where we have funds on a deal where we close the deal as a listing brokerage, and I want to limit the amount of exposure for every person. And this brokerage does not accept money electronically. And it's my responsibility to pay this brokerage. Meanwhile, I'm also told by other authorities that I must protect the interests of everybody involved. So we're in a little bit of a spot where we have contradicting opinions, and I want to be able to limit exposure, save as many people's lives as possible by limiting contact, and get everybody paid. So now I got to see if we can update practices to 2020 and keep everybody safe.
When I spoke to the Niagara Association of Realtors about being able to pay another brokerage electronically, I was told that Niagara Association of Realtors cannot dictate to us how we do business, and that the other business to accept funds from me has every right to accept a check only. But contrary to that, I do not have the right to only send electronic payment. So can't tell us what to do, but one side is fine, and doing it electronically to help #crush the curve is not something that's acceptable. What resulted, to avoid any breach in my responsibilities, I went to the bank and wrote a check. Like it's 1970 and nobody cares about anybody but themselves.